Hello and welcome back to the battlefield. I'm
Box of Demons.
And here we are, as you can see, in this area here in Syria that we dominated and cleared less than 2 hours ago. So while the rest of my squad are out on patrol, I thought I would give you a little bit of intel into the information that we're using out here in the field. Quiet, don't wake her, she's sleeping. So this is the kit that I'm actually with in the field, and today we're going to start off with this pistol, this sidearm. Welcome to the Glock. The Glock 17 pistol is part of a series of polymer-framed, short recoil-operated, locked-breeched semi-automatic pistols, designed and produced by Austrian Glock. It entered Austrian military and police service by 1982, and after it was the top performer in reliability and safety tests. Despite initial resistance from the market to accept a perceived plastic gun due to both unfounded durability and reliability, as well as concerns and fears that its use of polymer frame might circumvent metal detectors in airports, Glock pistols have become the company's most profitable line of products, as well as supplying national armed forces, security agencies, police forces in at least 48 countries. Glocks are also popular firearms among civilians for recreational, competition shooting, home and self-defense, and concealed carry or open carry. The Glock 17 is the original 9x19mm parabellum model with a standard magazine capacity of 17 rounds. Introduced in 1982, several modified versions of the Glock 17 have since been introduced to the market. I can't quite put my finger on why this is my favourite pistol in game. It's probably because I actually own a 1-to-1 replica of this pistol, and the model in here, and in fact the real life version that I have, there's just something about the pistol. It feels great to handle, it feels great to fire. Again, with all these things in Onward, you can't really go wrong with any of these sidearms. Next up we have our Trustworthy M18, and this was developed in 1942 during World War II and was completed in November of that year. It was designed to replace the M16 smoke grenade, which didn't burn for as long or as vividly, and it was designed standard issue in the fall of 1943. Both were produced at the same time as the M16, and they were already set up when the M18 was adopted. The M16 smoke grenade is available in red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet and black. The M18 initially were going to be produced in the same colours, including white, but it was decided to limit it to just 4 colours: red, yellow, green and violet for simplicity. The M16 was declared limited standard in 1944, but was still available when it was declared obsolete in the 1990s. Smoke is very difficult to produce in virtual reality because you tend to get lots of frame rate issues as you do in other games, but you tend to use it as a diversion tactic, really quite useful. Next up we have the Beast, my favourite weapon usually when it comes to military tactical shooters, the M249. Here she is, purring away, sleeping like a good one. There she is. So the M249 is a belt-fed light machine gun. It fires the 5.56x45 NATO cartridge, usually a combination of one M856 tracer and 4 ball cartridges, fed from an M27 linked belt. Belts are typically held in a hard plastic or soft canvas box attached to the underside of the weapon. It fires from an open bolt and is gas operated. When the trigger is pulled, the bolt and the bolt carrier move forward under the power of the recoil spring. A cartridge is stripped from the belt, chambered and discharged, sending a bullet down the bore. Expanding propellant gases are diverted through a hole in the barrel into the chamber, and this pressure moves a piston, providing the energy to extract and eject the spent casing, as well as advance the belt and compress the recoil spring, thus preparing for subsequent shots. The new SAW variant entered US and Army service as the M249 SAW automatic weapon in 1984, and it was adopted by the US Marine Corps a year later. The US production model has a different butt from that of the regular Mini-Me. Although found to be reliable and accurate, the M249 was considered to present unacceptable hazards in the form of an exposed hot barrel and sharp edges. There were complaints that the front sight required special adjustment tools. On August 23, 1985, the then US Undersecretary of the Army, James Ambrose, suspended M249 production pending the development of the Product Improvement Program, PIP, intended to fix these problems. And then Congress, in 1986, deleted funds for the M249 from that fiscal year. The saw is by name a suppressive weapon. This is not really a Rambo gun to be putting down as many rounds as possible in one go. Short control bursts to enable the rest of your squad to be able to flank is really what the powerhouse of this weapon is for. Suppression at distance. Long extended bursts with this weapon overheat the barrel extremely quickly, and it's not what this weapon is designed for. However, having said that, this is why the front man in a platoon or a squad takes the automatic weapon. He is the only one at the front who has his weapon on automatic. The rest of your squad will have single fire. This is for several reasons. Obviously, when you're coming out on patrol, if you've seen anything, this guy is going to suppress while the rest of the platoon or your squad get into cover and start to work out flanking maneuvers. It also means that if there is an ND, which is a negligent discharge from anybody in the squad behind you, you're only going to be getting one shot in the ass, hopefully. If the saw gunner falls over and pulls the trigger, well, that's the rest of your squad dead. So that's the saw, an absolutely beast and a beautiful weapon, but please use this in short bursts. And of course, we know that bipods are coming in the future. That's certainly going to make things a lot more interesting. I hope this video has been of some interest to you and you've learned a few things about some of the weapons that we take for granted when we're out there on the battlefield in combat. It's always interesting to learn a little bit about these weapons. Well, I think so anyway. So if you like this video and you want to see me continue and do the rest of the weapons so you can learn, I can learn, we can all goddamn learn, then thumbs up, subscribe and hit that ding dong. In the meantime, I'm off back to the mess hall. I got myself a date with that nurse after all. What more can I say? Kegs down, get on with job. See you in the next video, coming real soon. Thank you, bye bye.